Eala, fresh off her historic WTA 500 title win at the DC Open, was facing Caty McNally in the third round. The American had just stunned the tennis world by defeating reigning Wimbledon champion Linda Noskova. Eala was riding a six-match winning streak. The atmosphere was electric. The Filipino fan army had packed center court, their flags waving and voices roaring with every point. Eala won the first set 6-3. She was in control. Then came the moment that stopped the nation. Early in the second set, at 3-2, Eala hit a forehand and landed awkwardly on her right ankle. She immediately called for a medical timeout. The physio rushed onto the court. The tape went on. The crowd watched in stunned silence. Eala's face betrayed the pain, but she refused to quit. I was like, oh, I don't know what happened because it happened so fast, she would later recall. It was a moment of pure courage, a sign that the young Filipina was not going to let an injury stand in her way. The medical timeout changed everything. McNally, sensing Eala's compromised movement, capitalized on the situation. She won back-to-back games to take a 4-3 lead. Eala was struggling. The tape, which was supposed to help, was actually limiting her movement. She made a bold decision. She ripped the tape off before the start of the eighth game. The crowd erupted. Here was a player who refused to be defined by her injury, who refused to make excuses, who was willing to fight through the pain to keep her dream alive. The decision paid off. Eala moved more fluidly without the tape. She broke McNally to take a 5-4 lead. She was on the verge of victory, serving for the match. Then came the twist. McNally fought back. She reeled off 3 consecutive games to win the second set 7-5 and force a deciding set. The atmosphere was tense. Eala walked to her chair, her ankle throbbing, her body exhausted. But she didn't show it. She regrouped. She found a way. The third set was a test of wills. Eala had survived the injury scare, but McNally was riding the momentum of her second set comeback. The American had a doubles champion's net game and a fighter's mentality. But Eala had something more, the heart of a champion. She broke McNally's serve in the opening game of the decider. She took a 2-0 lead. The crowd erupted, the chants of Eala growing deafening. The Filipina star never looked back. She held her nerve, protected her vulnerable ankle, and found enough precise tennis to survive a match that remained unsettled deep into the night. The final score was 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 in 2 hours and 39 minutes. Eala fell to her knees in tears. She had done it. She had survived the injury scare. She had beaten a player who had just stunned the Wimbledon champion, and she had extended her winning streak to 7 matches. But the question on everyone's mind was, at what cost? After the match, Eala faced the press. The tennis world was waiting for answers. Was the injury serious? Would she have to withdraw from the tournament? Could she continue her historic run? Eala, exhausted but composed, delivered the update everyone had been hoping for. Yeah, I kind of rolled my ankle in that second set. I hit the forehand and I landed kind of wrong. I called the physio. I was like, oh, I don't know what happened because it happened so fast. But luckily there's nothing wrong with it, and it was no serious problems, Eala said. The relief was palpable. She had been lucky. The injury was not serious. But Eala didn't sugarcoat the physical toll of the match. Today was physically, it pushed me a lot. I have a lot of matches in the bag, but that goes for good and bad. I think this is also a learning process. We're athletes. So that kind of physical is, it's like a huge part of our job, she added. She was tired, but she was ready for the next challenge. I'm as tired as one can be at this stage. You can imagine a lot of matches, but that's the job. I'm ready. I'm excited for another match. I'm going to do my best to recover and start again from zero, she said. And what of Sandro Viaene, her trusted coach who had pushed her through grueling training sessions? Viaene, who once said of Eala, "Since I met Alex, I have the feeling that she can beat everyone." So she has something special, had been watching her every step. He had seen her train through the off-season with double tennis sessions and double fitness sessions. He knew the true extent of her resilience. Eala's words were backed by the faith of her team. I have a great team who is going to help me recover, and I have high hopes for the rest of the tournament, she said. Viane's trust in her was unwavering. The news that Eala's injury was not serious brought relief to millions of Filipinos. But the sight of their hero limping, fighting through the pain, and then collapsing in tears was too much for many. Social media exploded with messages of support. The hashtag Ealamania trended globally. Fans poured out their hearts, expressing their love and gratitude for the young woman who had become a symbol of hope, resilience, and national pride. Diane Castillo, a traveling Filipino journalist, described the atmosphere as a super, wild Filipino crowd. The loudest I have ever heard. It felt like it was in the Philippines. Incredible. The roar from the rare early tournament sellout crowd of 10,000 plus following match point of Eala's win could surely be heard across York University's sprawling campus. Eala's fans had turned the match into something